Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for being here a little early with me. Yeah, Peter, I saw if you got some a meetup to go tonight. Yeah, vegan restaurant meetup. Awesome. Do that. If you just can pop in and say hi, that's totally cool. I get it. That's cool. You're getting out there, being social. Two things I'm not doing: not getting out there and not being social. This is like my big social thing for the week. You're beat too, Sarah. I'm beat too. Yeah, Fridays can sometimes be when you guys see me on Fridays, it's sometimes some of the most beat I am all week, depending on what I did at the gym. Assuming I went, which is you guys know is pretty, regular for me. I went today. I didn't play hardcore basketball today, but I did. I was out on the basketball court for a while, and I did a lot of drills and jumping stuff I haven't been able to physically do since my foot injury back from December. So I'm able to like do more things, be more active, and yeah, just wow, I'm beat from that. I'm worn out. You gotta remember I'm an old dude. An old dude sitting around for a month and a half or two. You kind of lose some of your energy, some of your athletic ability, and all that, your fitness and everything. So anyway, yeah, here I am, guys. Hey, V. Hey, Flatlander. Yeah, I was on a little early. I mean, I'm on a little early because hey, Nikki, just because I was ready already. I didn't want to sit around for a few minutes, and I guess I'm a little tired tonight from an earlier gym visit. Use it or lose it, Sarah. Yeah, I'm using it because I felt like I did lose it for yeah, I can see some guy watching. Look at Ryan here. He said he got injured back in December, and now he feels he's not as fit and athletic as he was since he's been recovering with his midfoot sprain. You know what that means? Veganism debunked. So anyway, yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get my thing back together. And it's a process. Even like real athletes, like professionals, I see them coming back, and it's a road. Sometimes a rough road, whatever. It's a process, and I'm just getting my process happen and I don't know if I use the right verb there, but I'm just doing my thing, trying to work myself back into shape. And there's so many different components to fitness. There's like your aerobic conditioning, anaerobic conditioning. There in basketball, there's all sorts of movement things. Can you like go back and forth, like put weight on one foot then back to another? I couldn't do that after my injury. This is the first time now where I feel zero pain, like doing crossovers and just movements where you put quick weight on one foot then another. Couldn't do that before. I still feel a little funny jumping off my formerly sprained, still partially sprained foot. I don't do too much of that, but I was doing laps off both feet. Anyway, I'm getting back together, putting my old 56-year-old body back together after my first sort of injury that I've had since I got back into basketball at like age 40s. I'm 56 now. I probably got back into it before I was 50. Maybe I was like 49 or something like that, 48. But anyway, my first real injury, the first one where I went to a doctor and got x-rays and went to a foot specialist, a podiatrist. I haven't had anything quite so serious. Even did some physical therapy on my own too. So anyway, yeah, I'm coming back. It's my first time coming back as a really old guy. What's that, Sarah? A date with your Theragun? Is that something I could use to help me in my recovery? It's a massage gun. It sounds great. Can we get that on like Amazon or something like that? You watch people doing basketball drills all the time at your gym. That's me today. An hour and a half of some pretty intense drills. I was just getting into it. I'm going, cool. I remember when I tried doing like crossover dribbles a few weeks ago. I couldn't do it. I mean, there's just too much pain putting all my weight onto the left foot. But now it's cool. So I'm getting there. I'm not really old. I feel old because there's no one like the guys I play with. I'm the oldest one. There's a couple guys that just turned 50. I call them youngsters, and everyone else is younger. 40s, 30s, 20s, even teens. I feel like an old dude, but I still that's good. It keeps me honest. It keeps me instead of I was just I could join an old guys league or something like that, but playing against all these dudes that are younger than me. It forces me to match skills with them and athleticism. They don't back off, they don't care. Even when I told them, hey guys, last week, hey, my first time playing games again. I'm 56. I was injured December 19th. I'm just trying to take it easy. They don't give a crap. So, I have to be able to have the foot speed that, makes me at least feel like I'm doing my thing. So anyway, See what else you guys talking about. Travis, you got something going on too? You got some weird heel thing going on now too. How'd you get it, you think? Do you remember it occurring? Because for me, I knew exactly when I sprained my foot. I was, going up for a rebound after a free throw. And it was a non-contact injury. Just that's when the muscle got sprained. I just felt this weird pop that I've never ever felt ever in playing basketball. Youngsters, 40-year-olds are youngsters in my book, 38-year-olds are youngsters. They look like kids when I play them. Like, then I ask them, like, how old are you? Oh, we're 38. Oh, okay, you're older than I thought, but I still look at them as kids, Now, rebounds are usually pretty not that dicey for me, Sarah. I mean, I just go and grab rebounds, but I just somehow, it was a freak thing. I've gone after thousands of rebounds in my life, and this is the first time I ever felt my foot pop when I pushed off the foot to go get momentum. It was just a weird thing, I've seen other, since I sprained my foot, I saw my favorite defensive Laker, Jared Vanderbilt, get the same injury that I got too, like a month later, doing the same kind of thing. It was a non-contact injury. He just sprained his foot, it happens. It's just a freaky thing. Let's see, what's that, Nikki? Have I seen any of the carnivore lab result videos? Is that a person's name? I saw one video today from Mike the Vegan looking at Steak and Butter Gal where she had, 365 cholesterol total and 264 for LDL. Wow. So that's why you should go visit cardiologists and get professional, like board certified cardiologists to interpret your results. I'm not going to interpret them. I'm not a doctor, let alone board certified doctor. I'm not even a health professional. If you look around here, I'm a music producer. So, I don't feel like I'm quite qualified to like comment on interpreting blood lab results, but I do know personally because I do have a cardiologist, a vegan board certified cardiologist, and I know a little bit about LDL cholesterol because that was my only high reading, but not that high. Mine was not even half that, So, but yeah, she knows. We discussed this. Said that there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of bro science. Just a lot of bullshit, people just repeat stuff and conspiracy theories. She says, hey, she receives no money from big pharma or big statins. She didn't, prescribe me statins or anything like that. But you know how it is. People find a way to disregard truth, and there's so many psychological mechanisms that we have for that. Let's see. V, have I checked my LPA? Is that lipoprotein? Yeah, is that or APO? I got ApoB. I lipoprotein A. I think that's the one that's like, is that the one that Vegan Zombie talked about? Because I did check one per her request. And she said you only need to check it once. It's kind of genetic and it doesn't like change much. And I forgot what the result was, so she didn't seem concerned about it. I did get, if that's the one you're talking about, I did get that measured one time. So anyway, no, I haven't checked that out yet, Nikki. But yeah, when I met up with Mike the Vegan, when Angie and I met up with Mike this last summer, yeah, we did talk about all these like meat eaters, psychological mental gymnastics that they use, conspiracy theories, just flat out science denial, and instead trusting like bro workout people and stuff instead that have no like credentials or training in any of this stuff. But anyway, yeah, we talked a bit about that. Yeah, Sarah, that's about what mine was, about 112. Yeah, doctors do want you under 100. That's what they want. But yeah, having a little bit over 100 like mine was, she wasn't tripping at all. This is, again, a cardiologist. A lot of, I know a lot of people mean well, and a lot of people in the comments saying, oh my God, your LDL's over 100, you're going to die, all this stuff. Like, okay, I mean, I'm glad, I appreciate the concern, but no need for the fear mongering. That's why I made my appointments to seek the consultation of a vegan cardiologist, a board certified one, not just some weird doctor, someone who's very in demand. She does research as well. And it is on top of, follows the current research in heart health. So yeah, I feel like I got a good doctor, I had a good experience. I paid for it completely out of pocket. My insurance did not cover going out of network, but but I felt it was worth it because I wanted a vegan cardiologist. I just didn't want any old cardiologist. I just had a vision of a doctor who knew absolutely nothing about veganism, was going to be worried I was going to die. I just wanted to get past that. For me, I just wanted to do this right. Go once, meet with a cardiologist one time, do it right, have someone who understands what I'm eating and how it's not like some Piers Morgan death diet or which what he thinks veganism is. So anyway, Timothy, your LDL was like mine, a little bit over 100, tested in late December. I'm guessing mine might be a little over 112 now because of Valentine's. Angie and I ate a lot of weird stuff that day. So, well, I'm not getting my blood tested right now. But yeah, when I get my blood tested, I won't do it after like Valentine's or something like that. Yeah, we had some vegan chocolate, stuff like that. We got some vegan ice cream for her birthday, which was earlier this month. But we brought it home. It was a pint, then it was really cold and rainy, so we didn't eat it till just week of Valentine's basically. So I bet my LDL is probably over 120 right now. Maybe. I'm just taking a guess. I don't know for sure. Just, I don't know how you can guess your blood levels or anything like that. I'm just venturing a random guess. Sarah, yours is always around 100. Yeah, like me too. There's just a lot of people don't understand this. That's why when people comment in the comments and try to say things, I should be worried. They're untrained. They don't understand that we're not all the same. We're all genetically different. And yeah, what'd you say, Sarah? Yours always around 100, runs super high in your family. Exactly. That's what your untrained, non-professional. Many of you, many people don't understand that. Everyone is on meds. You don't want to be on meds and you're able to maintain 180 to 205, eating super clean. 180 to 205, what's that for total? Is that total cholesterol? But yeah, you're on the same boat as me, Sarah. Yeah, exactly. You say LDL is 100, that is overall, usually total, yeah, 180 to 205. Your brain isn't fully on tonight. Neither is mine, Sarah. I feel like I'm totally out of it tonight. I should have been more tired last week because I played I really played basketball games for nearly 2 hours. Today I just did hardcore drills for an hour and a half or so. Either way, I'm beat tonight. So anyway, yeah, VLAM. Yeah, we're talking about lipoprotein A. Is that it? It's largely due to genetics. I believe you're at high risk if it's over 30. You need to aim for lower ApoB, which I got tested too. And ApoB correlates very strongly. I'm not a medical doctor, remember, just stuff I learned because this affects me. ApoB, which is another lipid that is of concern as far as heart disease, correlates really strongly with LDL, but they don't correlate perfectly. They correlate pretty much the same in 75 roughly percent of the population, and I was one of them too. So yeah, my ApoB was on the same percentile basically as my LDL. Again, my doctor, didn't prescribe any statins. I asked her, I said, should I take some? She said, if you really want to, I could prescribe you a really weak statin or something like that. I said, well, if you don't think I need one. I just wondered what she thought about that. See, if she was on the payroll of big pharma and big statins, she said, yeah, sure, let me write you a prescription because I get a bonus every time. No, she doesn't receive a penny. It was her professional opinion that I would be cool. She saw how I ate. She saw my how I work out, my exercise routines, and she was totally comfortable with me just keeping on with an LDL that usually is a hair over 100. But yeah, it could be worse. Yeah, it could be like those carnivore people who have LDLs over 200 or 300 and have gaslighted themselves into believing that's totally healthy, despite pretty much any practicing cardiologist would have something very, very, very different to say about that. Hey, Dr. Bear is here. Weren't you? Yeah, you couldn't make it last week, right? Due to being busy with school, I think it was. Well, welcome back if that was you last week. Could donating blood lower my cholesterol numbers? My doctor didn't say anything about that as some kind of tweak or hack or something like that. Yeah, Sarah, you're like me. I bet my cholesterol could be insane too if I ate poorly and just ate a bunch of vegan junk food with particularly ones that are high in like saturated fat, coconut oil, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to be on meds either. So yeah, I try to keep it pretty clean. But I'm not like totally like strict about that in the sense like, it's a holiday like Valentine's, birthday, have a little something, live a little, but that's not every day. It's what you do day in and day out that pretty much, determines the vast majority of your blood work and health. But yeah, I'm not saying eat meat or anything like that. I'm definitely against that. But as far as like, you don't have to eat, perfect all the time. And you could still have pretty damn good blood labs, as long as you keep it clean day in and day out. Hey, Foo, how you doing there, Foo? Oh yeah, Potato Sis. Yeah, we're probably not going to see Sweet Potato Sister due to her, probably, I assume nursing school is back in session right now. VLAM, your LDL is 58, total is 149, under 150. Yeah, you're that dream that, like, say, Dr. Esselstyn and others describe as being, like, perfect, heart attack proof. But yeah, the truth is I could never get there. I talked about my first blood test I took as a vegan. I was eating a pretty much raw diet, zero processed food for months, and my LDL... I forgot what that was, but my total cholesterol was still like 160, 170. There's nothing more I could do. I could never get it below 150, like what you got going there, V. Your doctor seems surprised. Your numbers are so good, despite your vegan diet. Like, what about a vegan diet would jack up your cholesterol levels, right? Unless you're eating a lot of like coconut oil-rich foods, which I assume you're not, despite your vegan diet. See, that's why I didn't want to, for free through my insurance and all that, go to just a regular non-vegan cardiologist. I wanted to be, treated and consulting with a vegan cardiologist so we can get over all these dumb issues that I would probably have had with a non-vegan cardiologist. Like, oh, but where do you get your protein? Yeah, she didn't ask me that. Yeah. I've been really busy, Dr. Bear, with working lesson plans, grading, service work at your college, etc. You're glad you could join our cult meeting tonight. Yep, the cult leader is here. Yeah, doing all right, Foo, except for the little bit of fatigue that I talked about. Yeah, me, Sarah, I was pretty stoked with 160. When mine was when it was like, my total cholesterol was like 160 or maybe it's 170. It's in that range, 160, 170. It definitely wasn't under 150. I said, I don't know if it's physically possible, genetically possible, because there's nothing more I could have done. I couldn't have eaten any cleaner. That's like my limit right there. Produce not pills. Vegan fatigue, yes. Veganism debunked. No, it's from going to the gym. I talked about it earlier. In a philosophical mood. Well, maybe we'll get into some philosophy. 160 is great for you, whether it's the scale or the cholesterol number. That's cool. Yeah, let's see. I should see I forgot what my total cholesterol is now. I honestly don't remember because I've just been focusing on LDL because that's really all my cardiologist cared about. She didn't give a crap about the other stuff, just really LDL, ApoB, if I was getting that tested. Anyway, Nancy, you're waiting on a vegan cult hat? That sounds cool. We should create a vegan cult hat. Would you guys want a vegan cult hat? Let's see. Produce on pills. I don't know if I changed up my diet. How would that affect LDL cholesterol? How would that affect saturated fat intake? Because that's what's the primary driver of like your one's LDL cholesterol levels going up. So yeah, if you're eating the same thing that's pretty clean, you could change it to something else that's pretty clean and probably have the same results. Travis, your LDL is 85. Wow, great. Under 100. Total 168. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but that's good. That's what mine were when I was eating like zero processed food for like a year or something like that, or at least 6 months, when I was eating a kind of almost raw diet. So yeah, my LDL was under 100 by a little bit like that. And yeah, cholesterol between 160 and 170. So yeah, if I had that right now, I'd be stoked. That's about the limit, I think, of what I can genetically achieve. So you should be happy. But don't take my word again. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing with you my past results and how I would look at those numbers personally, based on my past results and my consultations with a trained medical doctor, cardiologist. Sarah, I hope you guys get no more snow. Man, yeah, it's been a really rough winter. Why eat tons of junk food, Travis, and you still have those numbers? You should be stoked. If you can get away with junk food, a ton of junk food, as you say, and still have those numbers for LDL under 100, consider yourself genetically gifted. Because I can't really top those numbers you got, Travis, without like beating pretty much only raw food for a few months. Hey, Uncle, have you been on, Uncle? Good to see you, Uncle. Has anybody tried Dave's Killer Bread? I just got a loaf and it seems all around great. Yeah, I love their Raisin the Roof. You get it Raisin the Roof. It's a raisin bread. Yeah, Angie and I will get that sometimes as a treat. But yeah, all their breads are pretty much, high quality bread. A little more expensive than like a simple high quality bread, like say compared to Ezekiel. Okay, it's an Oregon company. Yeah, that Dave guy is totally gone. Yeah, they went corporate. They got bought by someone bigger. I forgot who right now. Interesting backstory about the previous owner. They started adding sugar so you don't purchase. Oh, and maybe that's why we like that raisin bread, Sarah. Probably it's a little fun, I think they probably strike a healthy balance between, a nice balance between a healthy product and having it have a little tiny bit of naughty. And for me, sugar's not a problem. My doctor my cardiologist never said, oh, you got to watch your sugar, Ryan. It looks pretty gnarly. Yeah, you like Ezekiel too, but you don't really buy bread. Yeah, we don't eat bread all that often. I'll just make some PBJ sandwiches once in a while. That's really our primary use of bread. Okay, so Travis says Dave's bread in the red bag has 1 gram of added sugar per slice. So what's that? Is that a lot? Is that a bad thing? That 1 gram would be is that 4 calories? I think if you're into counting calories. But as far as health effects, I don't think that would do too many people too bad. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. Okay, for Sarah, added sugar is her problem. Yeah, we all have the things we have to all watch out for. Yeah, I'm watching out for certain things that you might not be watching out. Yeah, Sarah, it's added sugar. Yeah, me, coconut oil. That's for me. That's the devil. Coconut oil. Yeah, probably. You're right, Sarah. If they didn't used to add sugar in the past, like you say, it's probably something that happened when the corporate takeover happened, and they probably thought they could probably sell a little more bread. Hey, AJ. Have you been here, AJ? I just noticed you now, AJ. I'm kind of slow tonight. I'm kind of tired from the gym again. So, hello. A delayed hello to AJ. Okay, I think I've seen all the regulars here now. I think I've greeted you all. I hope. Let me see. Let me scroll up and down a little bit. I didn't say hi to Fritz yet. Hello to Fritz and Jesse 12 string as well. I think now I've said hello to all our regulars. Coconut yogurt, Heidi? Yeah, I gotta check the saturated fat on that. Do you have any info on what that's like? If it's coconut fat in the coconut yogurt, that's gonna have to be a no for me. But yeah, I agree with Uncle. Yeah, I'd be just as happy if Dave's bread didn't add any sugar in. That's not why I buy it or anything like that. Oh yeah, oats. Yeah, perfect for your busy college professor life. So I ate a lot of oats too. I had some muesli oats last night. And yeah, sometimes I'll make oatmeal instead of having my banana smoothies. Uncle, just go grab that avocado right now before it goes bad. Because if you wait too long, you'll regret it. Wow, V, you make your own soy yogurt in the oven? Awesome. Hey, Johnny Bravo, welcome. That sounds good, Travis. That sounds like a chill snack. I might make something like that. A PB banana. I'll put bananas, yeah, in my oatmeal too sometimes. So yeah, on Dave's bread every morning. Sounds cool. Okay, Heidi, you said that cocoa thing, that yogurt is Divine, okay, there's a lot of fat in it. I usually don't check that, but it's super nice. Yeah, if it's a coconut fat, yeah, that I gotta watch out for that. I can handle avocado fat, but yeah, it's coconut fat that really that's the worst food that vegans can eat. That'll be not great for your cholesterol. But no, most of you guys probably don't have to worry about that. So good for you guys. I'm jealous. Hey, Heartedly, Tin Man Adonis, proud member for 18 months. Hell yeah. Proud vegan for life. You got that right here too. I said you're not gonna see me ever make a I'm quitting vegan video. Might someday maybe see me make I'm quitting YouTube or social media video, but definitely I'm never gonna make a I'm quitting vegan video. Oh, Johnny, what are you going to be doing in Las Vegas tomorrow? A vacation? A band? If you want to share, you don't have to. You want to keep it private, totally cool. Oh, that's some nice words, Sarah, to share to Heidi. I'm going to read Sarah's comment to Heidi verbatim. Heidi, I was just thinking about you earlier and how nice you are. You never get mouthy with anyone here and are always pleasant. Just want to tell you that. And I'll second that. Heidi, yeah, thank you for always being a good, positive person here. And there's always, someone trying to ruffle our feathers here. I won't mention any names like Bob or something like that, but even and then just the random weirdos that come and try to debunk veganism. But yeah, Heidi's always cool, nice, and patient, no matter what's going on. We appreciate that. Let's see. Dr. Bear is saying the running zombie gif when people become a member is so random. It still cracks you up. I've customized a lot of the visuals and sounds in my streaming software here, Streamlabs desktop, but I haven't messed with that one. I always forget to about all the various ways that people can like interact and all the animations that get triggered. I forgot about that one. So someone joins, I have to remember to go in and change something from I don't know why that would be a default, the zombie, because I didn't pick that. It's so random, but I should pick something better. Yeah, AJ, a little cough there, huh? We all have a little cough tonight. Sarah's like me. Yeah, Sarah, has a limit, a threshold of bullshit and tolerance for how much intolerance we can handle. When someone like Bob comes on and starts pushing it. Yeah, me and Sarah, are not as what's the word? Is just as chill as Heidi is. And that's something we admire. It's that F in the INFP, the Myers-Briggs, that feeling thing. Even though I try to be like Mr. Spock, I still have too much in the way of strong feelings and emotions, I guess. Yeah, it's a problem. I didn't get all the way to the end of Joey's video there, Uncle. What I know about him retiring from veganism, that was a title of his I think his latest video. I said he was going to cover it later, but at the end of that video. But before that, he was talking about his film about the inside of a slaughterhouse. He's not really retired. I just thought he just did that title, said that to attract attention. Like, why would he stop being a vegan activist? He's been such a force, a successful one for so long. Why would he already quit all of a sudden? He just put out his his documentary, or I don't know what to call it, movie. Why would he quit now after all that? Hey Joseph, thanks for asking. Yeah, the foot's getting better. I talked about it earlier. Yeah, at the gym today, I'm able to do more movements now without pain, or way, way, way less pain than I could last week and compared to the week before and the week before. Today I was able to do crossover dribbles, which I couldn't do before. Just that quick switch of having all your weight on one foot to the next. Wasn't liking that. Today, pretty good with that. I mean, when I was all done, I felt some swollenness underneath, but it seems to have gone away. It just seems like when I'm done, the foot's a little worked. I think probably because the sprained muscle hasn't been doing all that much, so it's working again. It's doing its thing. I still kind of feel a little weird going for big jumps off my left foot, like doing bounding or going for like a dunk type jump off my left foot. But I'm doing layups off either foot, and yeah, I'm doing better. Yeah, each week, it's just a progress thing. It's like for me, it's like experiment. Like, ooh, what can I do now? What is my body letting me do now that I couldn't do before? So It's happening. Yeah, it takes time. A foot doctor said it takes roughly 2 months. He said roughly. You know, it could be more, it could be less. And another 3 days will be 2 months. And he's about right. And even by next Friday, I don't think I'll be fully healed yet. I'll be further along, assuming I don't do something weird and re-injure it. But yeah, just getting better and better. I'm guessing it'll probably be another... Really, I'm just guessing here, another at least a month or two before it's like 100%, you know? It's this last, like, I don't know, I'm just guessing, like 10%. I'm like 90%. That last 10% is probably going to be a slow, gradual thing, you know? But yeah, it's coming along, and yeah, I'm trying to get my, all my basketball moves back, my fitness back, all that stuff, the footwork. It's, you know, it's got to... follow the natural pace that my body is comfortable safely handling. Because, yeah, last thing you want to do is after all the doctor visits and x-rays and physical therapy and slow return is to re-injure it again, doing something dumb or just pushing yourself way much, you know, more than you really, you know, intelligently should. Do I love the sound of the ball when it makes a swish? I guess so. I'm just... Not to say I swish all the time. I'm just kind of used to it, but I guess I don't really think about it anymore is what I'm saying. Just kind of subconscious, maybe liking the sound of a swish or something like that, but I really don't think about that anymore. I guess once in a while, I kind of like it when it swishes and then hits the back of the rim thing. It's like below the rim, you hear this clang. I like the swish clang. It hits some kind of metal on the back of the rim or beneath the rim. I'm not sure where it comes from. I never really watched, but I kind of like that sound, a swish clang sound. Okay, about Joey, let's see what Fritz is saying. In his trailer, Carpstrong said he wanted to get people to consider being animal activists. He asked who would be a voice for the animals. I mean, most people that watch on YouTube, on social media, I mean, yeah, we're all to some degrees animal activists. You know, even if you're just like putting pictures of your food on Instagram or TikTok, you know, and labeling it vegan or something like that. Hey, I made some vegan apple pie or whatever. Yeah, that's a form of veganism. Tennis rake, you swam today at Pismo, like Pismo Beach, in that freaking cold water. Well, and you know, I know a storm's bearing down on our area. Wow, you're brave. You know, I haven't gone surfing since like summer. You know, good for you. I'm a wimp now. I used to go surfing year round. I didn't care. I have a good wetsuit. My wetsuit can totally handle it. Might not handle the colder temperatures of the Central Coast. My wetsuit's great for Southern California winters. But yeah, good for you. That's, you know, that's ocean swimming is awesome. Let's see. But sorry to hear that you're having some stomach issues. Hope you didn't get sick from the polluted water, because, you know, the urban or whatever runoff, you know, is not the healthiest thing for to be swimming in typically. That's one reason why I haven't been surfing in the winter. Amongst others, I'm just kind of a wimp now. That's the bigger one. Nancy, what's the furthest away basketball shot I've made? You know, I really don't know exactly. But one long shot I do like to take is, gosh, I wish I had an image to share with you guys, but, you know, the 3-point line is an arc. You can shoot from the top, you know, like from beyond, like behind the free throw line, behind the top of the key, or you can shoot from the corners by the sideline. That's where I shoot at, in the corner. But then I actually like to shoot sometimes from the sideline, like shooting from out of bounds, which is another, like, I don't know, maybe at least at LA Fitness, maybe another 3+ feet, 3 or 4 feet beyond the 3-point line. So that's where I'll shoot there. And it's not like freak shots too. I'll sometimes, I haven't done it since I've been coming back from my injury, but yeah, I'll drill there. I'll just try to shoot like, you know, 10, 20 shots from that section, from the sideline, which is a good shot to have, because sometimes when we're playing like games of 21 where you can step out of bounds, guys don't guard me from out there. They think I'm just goofing around, like I'm just taking a circus shot or something. No, they don't realize that's a shot I work on. I drill that shot. But how far is it? I don't know. It's from the whatever, I guess it's like a college 3-point line. Another like 3-4 feet out from there is where I do regular real shots from, which is cool about that distance. I don't have to shoot it from out of bounds. I could shoot it from the center of the court, you know, behind the free throw line, behind the top of the key, you know, just 3 or 4 feet out, you know, past the 3-point line. So anyway, let's see. What have I missed there while I was talking? It's not that impressive, Nancy. There's way better shooters. I see people shooting from half court. I don't even mess with that. That's just crazy. You know, I mean, you shouldn't take a half court shot unless you're in a real, like, you know, game, like a scored game and the shot clock's running out or something like that, or quarters or half's about to end. You need to get the shot off, then it's okay. But yeah, when you're just playing regular pickup games, you gotta be dumb to take a half-court shot or something like that. Just a way to get your team pissed off at you. Unless you happen to be a freak like a Steph Curry and drill those and nail them. But unfortunately, that's not most people, or else they wouldn't be playing with me. They'd be somewhere better. Let's see. What have I missed there? Nikki has a vegan bumper sticker and Instagram. See, we all can, like I said, there's no one way to be a vegan activist. And I got into a debate with a vegan a-hole about this one time on a live stream. But, the point is, there's not one fascist, authoritarian way to be a vegan activist. If you want to put a vegan bumper sticker on your car and not have to, you don't want to engage people face to face like Joey Carbstrong, totally fine. You don't have to do that, Leave it to him. He's good at that. He's got tons of experience. Hey, Heartedly, Tin Man, thank you for, I believe, our first super chat of the day. Thank you, Tin Man. You saw in an article about Beyond in talks to use cow broth in their burgers to attract more meat eaters, or was that an unreliable source? Was it you? Someone sent me a link on my email, my personal email, I think off the website. Anyway, was that you? About how it was behind a paywall, so I couldn't read it, unfortunately. It was in the Washington Post paywall. But anyway, yeah, there's an article that how some plant-based meat companies will add some kind of animal fat, and I go, whoa, I want to see this. I go and click, and it was behind a paywall. So I can't comment on that yet since I don't I can't read what they said, but that's probably what's going on. I'm saying that's probably it. What you're saying there is probably true based on that little bit of info I got there. So hopefully it'll be clearly labeled if they do that. I hope they don't, but if they do, I really hope they clearly label which of their stuff is not vegan crap, Sea Dog, if veganism is so good, why can't I do half-court shots? Good question, Sea Dog. For all I know, maybe I can do half-court shots, but I just don't because it's a stupid shot for 99.99% of the people. It's a low percentage shot. And like I said, unless you're like super gifted in shooting, it's a dumb shot. Even most professionals shouldn't be shooting that. They would be benched. Their coach would bench them if they were jacking up a bunch of half-court shots, like, say, Jordan Poole or something like that. Ray, yes, that was you. I remember now. I remember your name in the email, Ray. Thank you. Yes, you're the one that sent me that link to that article about plant-based meats or plant-based meat companies. I don't know if that meant one or more, but that was you. So yeah, that was the article I sent. Sorry about the paywall issue. I'll see if I can find the full article for free. Yeah, see what you can find, Ray, because I do want to see what that is, because that could affect me. Say I want to get a Beyond Burger. I want to make sure I'm getting the right one or whatever. So hopefully it's not them. Hopefully it's some other companies. But yeah, we'll see. I'll check it out if you guys can find it for me. Timothy, you ain't Steph Curry. Veganism debunked. Yeah, I can't shoot like Steph Curry. Most people can. 99.999% of all people who have ever played basketball cannot and will never shoot anywhere with the proficiency and accuracy of Steph Curry, or pretty much anyone in the NBA who's known as a shooter. Or any pro that's known as a shooter, as opposed to like a defensive specialist or whatever. Yeah, Dr. Bear, I didn't see the context of what you're talking about there. I see you talking to AG. I'll read what Dr. Bear said. Yeah, this is why I don't like to piss people off in public anymore. Not to say that I enjoyed doing that. It wasn't a frequent thing, but I'm really chill now because, yes, sadly in America, there's always a risk of being shot if you anger someone else on the road, or even just go to something like a parade or a school or something like that. Yeah. that's one cool thing about when we use our Disneyland passes is that we're in a secure area. You know, you go through a metal detector, there's bag checks and all that. So you're in a secure area there. So at least for all the problems of Disneyland, at least I'm fairly confident I'm not going to get shot there, you know? But yeah, America is really scary now. You know, people drive scarier. Again, that's my opinion. That's a fact, as evidenced by insurance companies adjusting their rates upwards. There's a few reasons why car repairs have somehow gotten more expensive, but people are driving worse than ever before, and people will shoot you now just because they think they're entitled to shoot people they disagree with on the road or even in person. Hey, AJ, thanks for the cult dues. The cult leader needs to do cult things. He needs to start find a property for a proper vegan cult to exist on, and we all can gather together. No, just kidding about that. I'm never going to start a cult in that traditional sense, even in a weird non-traditional sense. But thank you, AJ. Uncle, yeah, I don't know too much about NCAA, but I heard something about. I didn't even hear Caitlin Clark's name until the past few days, so that's awesome. But yeah, I don't even watch I don't watch college basketball. I don't watch the March Madness. I have no idea what's going on with those teams, male or female. I just watch some Lakers games. That's about it. Yeah, and yeah, in the playoffs, if the Lakers aren't in it anymore, I might watch the finals if I like one of the teams. But yeah, I don't religiously watch basketball or anything like that. I mean, basketball games are long, especially pro basketball, 2.5 hour games. Imagine if you watch an entire season of 80 games, just multiply that by 2.5 hours each. And then if you get in the playoffs, and it's just too much. I don't have that kind of time. At least I don't want to give that much time to viewing basketball on a screen. I could be making more music, more videos, you know. Anyway, Priscilla, hey Priscilla, did I hear about the South Korean researchers who infused rice grains with cow muscle and fat cells? No, I didn't hear anything about that. What were they trying to do? Why do they want to put rice into a cow muscle? What are they working on? Nancy, I need to design your cult outfits. Well, you can get the vegan cult member shirts. Oh, actually, Angie made this one available for all. So if you really want to be your own vegan cult leader, see, I'm not possessive about that, you know. I'm not the vegan cult leader, even though I kind of am, but I'm not. But anyway, you can be your own vegan cult leader too. You get one of the t-shirts, and the link should be coming up every once in a bit here from our bot, who I've not been paying any attention to. Has our bot been working tonight? Let me know if you guys have seen the bot. Yeah, there it is. Streamlabs. There's the one about super chats. I assume there's one about our merch too. I'll keep an eye open for it. Hey, Dr. Bear, what'd you say? Your college has had 2 lockdowns since you started working less than 3 years ago. Both were false alarms, but it's disappointing. That's a fear all teachers live with. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, you know, as a Gen Xer here, age 56, we never had drills for active shooters or whatever. We had some earthquake drills, maybe a fire drill or something like that, but never active shooter drills. And then I did some substitute teaching for a little bit after I left grad school, just to have some money while I was getting my music going. And again, I'd never had to worry about active shooting or anything like that. And part of my time teaching was in Oakland, actually, the Oakland Unified School District, which has, violence problems. I don't know what it's like now, but yeah, didn't have any gun shooting things happening then. So it's just something about our collective psychology is different now. Like gun shootings are normal. They're something that schools have to prepare for, students and teachers have to prepare for. yeah, I mean, colleges even, like you're saying there, Dr. Bear, too, like, have to worry about that. The worst thing in college, I remember, is sometimes around finals, some idiot would call in a bomb scare because they didn't study enough for their finals and wanted to delay it a little bit. But I'm sure there's, at least in my college, never really a bomb, just a dumb threat, but the police would have to take it seriously. That was the worst thing. Now, people go in with automatic rifles and shoot people. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, if I had kids, another reason why I'm glad I didn't have kids, I'd be terrified now knowing what goes on in schools as far as like school shootings are normal. They're normal. Think about it. They're so normal that we've just had to accept it. It's just something, it's like the cold and flu season happens and kids get sick. School shootings are just something we have to, and it's something we shouldn't have to accept. It's something we should just have zero tolerance for. Oh, you lived in Oakland too. I didn't live in. I lived across in the city when I was teaching in Oakland. That was actually really fun. I had a really great experience substitute teaching in Oakland. Like, it was my first time substitute teaching either. I moved up there to finish my second Love Spirals Downwards album, Ardor. I moved my studio, moved in with my singer/girlfriend at the time in San Francisco in the Richmond district, and drive over to Oakland. My first assignment was like a PE teacher. He just bailed. I'm not sure why, if he was sick or just sick of it or something. I don't know, but I got up there in like January, February, and I had the longest I could keep the assignment. I forgot, it was like 30 school days or 60. I forgot what it was, but I just wrote it out, and it was fun getting to know the students, and I played a little basketball too sometimes. It was PE. But yeah, that was cool. Yeah, they all thought I was from Berkeley, I guess, I don't know why. I guess they thought I looked like a Berkeley student. Hey, you're from Berkeley, right? Or Cal. I think they called you go to Cal, right? It's like, no, no. Do I seem like a Cal student or something like that? Wow, Allison, what are you talking about there? Shit out with the police?
The tip.
Russians were shot. What is that? What's going on there? Let's see. Wow, Fritz, when you managed up to 100 employees, you had active assailant training. What kind of work are you? And nothing involved with shooting or violence, right? Just like an office thing, situation, or retail or something like that. Let's see. What's that, Dr. Bear saying? Yeah, sadly, I don't think what this gun shooting situation, shooting up schools and parades and stuff, can be fixed. There's no way Americans will give up their high capacity guns. That's really the problem. I'm not sure why so many Americans feel they need to have like assault weapons. I can understand the need to have like a shotgun, a handgun, stuff like that, but something that shoots off like 100 rounds in 0.5 seconds or something like that, something meant for the battlefield to shoot as many people and kill as many people as quickly as possible. I'm not sure why you need that for anything. Like, I mean, you can defend your house with a gun like Dirty Harry had. He had a pretty amazing, formidable, scary weapon there, and like that's not good enough now or something like that. I'm sure that's probably better. You don't want to spray an assault rifle right in your house or something like that if you're defending your family. That's probably like not as accurate, and you probably end up killing one of your family members maybe. I'm saying I understand what happened to like guns that people had before assault rifles were like common, or not common, but something that we're fighting to keep or something like that. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, we're banning books now. We read a good little chunk of Larry the Farting Leprechaun about 3 weeks ago. See if there's something obscene in there. No, he's just a leprechaun that had some flatulence issues, and some people had problems with it on this live stream. I don't want to mention names like Bob. Get this, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, why are we focused on things like that don't harm kids? A flatulent leprechaun book doesn't need to be banned. Here's how far it's gotten, guys. I just became aware. This is true. You know, did you guys, when you were younger, or maybe even older, read the book Charlotte's Web? You know, about a little spider and a little pig and stuff like that, and that book's been banned in at least one state, Kansas. I can't remember if there were other states. It got banned. A book that I read in like 5th grade or something like that. You know, a book that is, you know, like known as a kid's book. That got banned too because some precious snowflake thought it offended their religious sensibilities or something like that. I mean, is that a reason just because it offend, like, other religious people are fine with it? You know, when I read it in 5th grade, there were religious people in the class with me, and I don't know how, there was nothing offensive about it. But anyway, that's why I'm not into this banning thing. Just because someone has an issue with something doesn't mean it should be removed or something like that. There's got to be some more pressing reason than you just don't like something it said. Like I said, you know, a few weeks ago, no offense to any White Stripe fans there, I don't like their music at all. It just sounded like crap to me when I heard Jack White screaming and stuff like that and playing guitar. But I don't want to ban his music from like school libraries just because I don't like something. I'm not like, you know, God or an authoritarian or Mussolini or whatever. I just gotta learn to live with it. It's no big deal if kids listen to music I hate. It's like, who cares, you know? Who gives a crap? I'm not a precious snowflake. So anyway, yeah, Joseph Logan. How many kids have been banned from reading, or killed, I should say, from reading Charlotte's Web or Larry the Farting Leprechaun versus, like, guns in schools? Ali Brand, Charlotte's Web was your fave. You wonder why it bans? I'll tell you why it got banned. Because, I'm going to try to quote this as accurately as possible. I guess some very religiously fundamental types. So, like, I know not all you guys that believe in God are religious fundamentals. I just want to say it's a certain, like, really strict religious fundamental type. They said pretty much, quote, humans are God's highest creation, and only humans have the ability to speak language. So portraying animals, like Wilbur, I guess the pig, I guess he spoke or something like that. He could use words. They found that, like, blasphemous. I think that was their exact word, blasphemous, because there was a talking animal and God did not make talking animals. So we're going to ban like Mickey Mouse, and if you're going to ban all talking animals, like all kids cartoons and stuff like that, Yogi Bear, I mean, if that's the logic, so many things need to be banned. I thought that was ridiculous. Angie had a great idea. She thought it's because the book's kind of vegan. It's about a pig that was going to get slaughtered and the fight to not have it get slaughtered. Maybe they didn't like the vegan element of Charlotte's Web. Interesting idea. There was a talking donkey in the Bible, Joseph? Really? What does that mean? Why was the donkey talking? It's just so absurd. The talking animals are normal in books, particularly books geared towards children, like Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, should we ban Winnie the Pooh? Dr. Bear, you were raised in fundamentalist religion. I didn't know this. It's sad to me you were denied the ability to learn about scientific consensus on climate change and evolution. You were taught those things are conspiracies. Wow. Yeah, evidence-based information is extremely important because, once again, once we don't follow evidence-based information and instead believe real conspiracies like bro science and crap like that, yeah, you have people saying, yeah, LDL cholesterol is great. Yeah, over 100, great. Get it higher. Get it to 200, 300, 400. The higher, the better. You know, all those doctors and cardiologists and scientists that say, you know, you got to get it lower. They don't know what they're talking about. No, you can die, is what I'm saying. If you don't follow evidence-based information and follow bro science and conspiracy theories, the advice could kill you and others. Wow, there's animals that talked in the Bible. Funny, I didn't read that, and when I heard that Charlotte's Web got banned, I went and looked it up. Yeah, it's true, they didn't mention, but why do they even use that argument if there's talking animals in the Bible? I kind of had wondered in the back of my mind. I didn't remember any talking animals in the Bible, but I can't say I've read the entire Bible, and last time I read the Bible was a long time ago. Let's say Ray is saying, as an English teacher, you've seen books banned for some terrible reasons. But I thought that was ridiculous. Look it up. If you think I don't think you think I'm lying, but just look up Charlotte's Web ban. Just look it up. You'll see it. It's a true thing. It was banned because they said the talking animals were blasphemous because humans are God's highest creation and would not have animals have such a dignified ability or something to that effect. Yeah, it's kind of idiocracy, Hutchie. Totally. Charlotte's Web is banned in one state in this country that I live in. That's how far things have gotten. It's banned in at least one state because it's supposedly blasphemous because animals talk. Wow. That's what some people are concerned about. But yeah, the guns, totally cool. It's all good. Thoughts and prayers whenever there's a shooting. Okay, Joseph says in Numbers 22:28 has the part with the talking donkey. Why was the donkey there talking, Joseph? Do you know? Was like God working through it? Because I guess that would be okay. I guess in like Charlotte's Web and Winnie the Pooh, God's not working through it and it's blasphemous. But if God is talking through the donkey, then their argument at least would be consistent. Not to say I agree with it, but at least there'd be some consistency. Yeah, book banning. I know. I can't believe I've talked about that twice now. Ooh, Fu Manchu. Yeah, let's read some Taoism, like Lao Tzu. Who is behind the ban? I don't remember the articles exactly, Uncle, that I looked up to verify when I heard about Charlotte's Web being banned, but it was a religious motivation. So I don't know if it was a religious group or some fundamentalist religious parents who got their baby ears offended when, precious snowflake ears offended when, they saw there was a talking animal in the book. I don't know if there was a group per se. It just could have been some radical parents. Ali, yeah, good point. Hey, Ali, those people who banned Charlotte's Web must be really secure about their place in the universe. If they think the idea of a talking animal in a fictional book somehow threatens the validity of their religion, yeah, they must be precious snowflakes. Shrek has a talking donkey? Well, Shrek should be banned too, right? Using that same logic. And this was in Kansas, if I remember correctly. I don't know if it happened in any other states, but this was Kansas that... I can't remember if the book was banned outright or just not available at the libraries. It was one of the two, but there was a banning of some kind of Charlotte's Web. I'm not making that part up. I just forgot how sweeping of a ban it was. Was it a partial ban or an entire ban? Now, Dr. Bear, as a non-fundamentalist, you enjoy learning about evolution. You just finished reading a book about the origins of mammals by Steve Broussard. It's so interesting. I think it's a shame many children aren't allowed to learn this. Yeah. Okay, let's see what Ray said about this talking donkey in Numbers. The donkey stopped its master from going in a dangerous direction. The master beat it. Wow, very not vegan. So an angel gave the donkey speech to question why the master is being cruel. See, yeah, I think that would be okay in the according to the reasoning of these extremists that banned Charlotte's Web, because the donkey's speech was given by a divine source, by an angel. So I think that would be okay in their minds, and therefore the Bible wouldn't be banned, according to these particular extremists that banned Charlotte's Web in Kansas. D. Boyd, some groups believe that humans are God's highest creation. Well, that's not Christian. I forgot the wording, but it was something to that effect. Like humans are the highest of everything that he put here, at least on this planet. Yeah, maybe there's something else. Angels are better, but talking about what's here on Earth. Yeah, and Dr. Bear wants to clarify. She's talking about her own particular fundamentalist religious upbringing. She's got lots of Christians, like many of you guys here, are much more open-minded and have been raised in a much more open, non-like sheltered way as far as like what you're able to learn. Yeah, Ali, yeah. Why don't we just ban everything by default in case someone somewhere might be offended, huh? Produce on pills. Did it ever go to Erewhon? Well, last time I checked, Erewhon's like in Los Angeles, kind of by where I used to live in sort of the La Brea, Beverly, Wilshire district out there, Miracle Mile. So no, I don't go to Erewhon. That'd be quite a hellish drive just to go buy some kombucha or something like that. Fritz, are you serious? A district in Florida that was considering banning dictionaries? What was the argument or reason? Do you remember why dictionaries were considered something worthy of banning? Just kind of curious. Like, wow, you can't even look up definitions of words in some places. Wow. Keep up the God talk. Also, I'm not even trying to talk about God or anything like that. But yeah, I'm surprised Bob's not here. I actually called him out when I was going through my comments on our channel here for the past week. I often try to find people that said stupid, evil, crazy shit and invite them to come to this live stream and say their evil, stupid, crazy shit to my face, and I can actually respond to them. And I saw one stupid comment from Bob saying how veganism has been politicized. I go, well, if anything, no, it hasn't. But if anything, it's been politicized by his right-wing conservative religious heroes, like say, or not all of them are religious, but like say, Piers Morgan, for instance, or Candace Owens, or even Joe Rogan. It's been politicized by the right, but I don't see anyone on the left banging, yeah, vegan's cool. It's just people on the right that are typically anti-vegan. But you'll see many people on the left that are anti-vegan as well. But yeah, I know it's become like, on the right, it's like there's so many things that are culture war issues, like banning books, and veganism has somehow slipped into that too. It's just like a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. How is that aligned with a political belief system of any side, left, right, center, nothing, just a belief against animal cruelty? It has nothing to do with politics. But somehow, yeah, it's been pulled into culture wars by certain, I don't know what you want to call these people, propagandists or whatever. And yeah, here we are. Yeah, identity politics. Putting out a perception that vegan's some kind of wacko California liberal thing or something like that. Yeah, I want to see that when it comes out, Samuel. Jesus Spiracy. Oh yeah, there are plenty of anti-vegans on the right. Exactly. Typically, when I see a political commentator type dissing veganism, 90% of the time it's coming from the right. More often than not, it's because they politicize it. Like you said, it's like, what's your examples there that you put up? I just lost it. Where'd it go? Yeah, veganism is white privilege. Veganism doesn't respect native hunting rights. Veganism is not manly enough because, only tough dudes, whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah, but vegans come in all shapes and sizes, Sarah. Absolutely so. All different political belief systems, too. Veganism has nothing to do with politics or political views, unless, like you said, some on the right, not all. I'm not, if you guys are on the right, I'm not saying all, but there's certain people on the right who have made culture war issues super important, so I guess to distract from, things that really matter. But yeah, veganism, some kind of crazy left-wing conspiracy thing. Yeah, D. Boyd, can you imagine how many books would have to be banned in being consistent with that Kansas banning of Charlotte's Web for talking animals. How many books have animals speak? I mean, yeah, no Watership Down, no Animal, the whole, yeah, I said even Winnie the Pooh by those standards would be gone. Hell, even like Mr. Rogers' puppet shows would have to be removed. Yeah, well, Ali, I agree. It's kind of fashionable to hate vegans. I think one reason why is because people who are inherently bigoted, people who want to hate people for their color of their skin or their race or their religion or anything like that, there's a lot of pressure nowadays not to do that, the political correctness and, just awareness of just how that's just wrong. So there's a lot of flack saying if you go out and start hating on Chinese people or whatever, but veganism, we don't have any protections like that, but we are a persecuted minority group. We're a small percentage of the population, and it's open season, and we're not recognized as a group that's susceptible to bigoted hate. So I think that's why it's open season. People realize, what I'm trying to say is they can get away with it way more easily, 100% scot-free, hating on vegans than they would hating on like people, myself, like people of color or something like that. Or hating on older people. Ageism is a thing too. Ooh, Sesame Street. Yeah, Joseph, that would have to be banned too. If we're going to ban Charlotte's Web for speaking or talking animals in Kansas, yeah, they would have to ban Sesame Street. There's a whole list. It's crazy. They don't realize like how they opened up this slippery slope Pandora's box. If you're going to ban one book for having talking animals, there's like many works that are geared towards children that have talking animals. It's crazy. Oh, Dr. Bear, I'm sorry that Streamlabs got pissed at you. I apologize. I can't imagine what you said that tripped up our Streamlabs bot. My apologies to you, Dr. Bear. Uncle wants to know if there's any vegans in Texas, and I saw, who was it, stood up? Yes, a Texas vegan is here right now amongst us. Yeah, Flatlander, Montgomery. I thought I saw more than that. Gosh, I'm not. And Allie Brand. So we have at least 2 Texan vegans right now on with us. What's a goodie too, Dr. Bear? You say ask him simple questions like capital of Oregon, Salem, how many fingers do humans have? We all know that. Who wrote Moby Dick, Herman Melville? The answer. Who's a goodie? What's a goodie too? Is that something I should know? Oh, Herman, Streamlabs didn't like the name of Moby Dick. Oh man, I'm sorry. That could have been one of my my words, my blacklist words, possibly. I'll take some potential blame for that one. Let's see. What's that, Fu Man Poo? Yeah, thanks for sharing an obvious fact that Bert and Ernie are not homosexual lovers. They are puppets on Sesame Street, in case someone thought otherwise. And D. Boyd is a Texas vegan too. Awesome. Okay, Dr. Bear says, Goody 2 is a hilarious AI chatbot that refuses to answer any questions out of fear of offending someone. If you want, please Google it and ask it some simple questions. It's okay, I'm confused now, Dr. Bear. Thanks for that answer. Is the intention to be a helpful chatbot that happens to not be offensive, or is its intention to be a chatbot that gives hilarious answers that are not offensive? Like, is it trying to be a useful tool, or is it like a funny thing, like, to laugh at? I'm just kind of curious what its purpose is. Sarah, that's cool. Yeah, ask ChatGPT or Bard Gemini to write you a song lyrics. Awesome. About 2 neighbors shoveling snow in the midnight hour. I wonder why you're thinking about that kind of stuff right now. Okay, so it parodies ChatGPT, who refuses to answer some questions out of fear of offending. The purpose is just to be a funny parody, not to actually be helpful. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, thanks. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one, that chatbot, but I don't use chatbots all that much in my daily routines or anything like that. You need a vegan snowplow boyfriend. Weekends only. Can't and I don't know. Answer me this, Sarah. I have no idea because I've never lived somewhere where snow shoveling is required. Can you depending on the kind of snow, can you use like a blower or something like that? I'm just curious. Forgive me if it's a dumb question. I don't know. I'm a complete noob, idiot when it comes to like snow, getting out of snow. Instead of shoveling, can you get some kind of machine, assuming the snow's not too thick or icy, or does that not work out? Let me know. I'm just curious. Fu Man Poo, I love Barney, man. Barney, I think he's a misunderstood hero. And I remember the religious was trying to ban Barney for being a new age demon as well. Okay, so Dr. Bear's going to give me an example. Yes, Goody, 2. Who is the author of Moby Dick? It answered, the author's identity relates to a narrative involving a perilous maritime pursuit of a crustacean. It just won't say his name? Because Herman Melville is not inherently offensive or anything like that. Interesting. Okay, so Sarah says, some people have snowblowers, but I'm not sure I'll live in my place with the psycho driveway. So you're thinking a snowblower might not work? Because yeah, if you get a blower, that'd be so much like easier, right? You know, charge up a blower and go out and blow it, you know? Okay, a maritime pursuit of a certain crustacean, which could inadvertently romanticize life-threatening endeavors at sea. Discussing this topic might inspire risky oceanic ventures with a potential for harm, thus conflicting with my guidelines. Wow. All right, let's see. I see Heidi and AJ having a good conversation there. Yeah, I like Barney. He just wanted people to get along and try to do good things in life and sing a few songs along the way. But I guess if you had 5 kids playing it all the time and you hated it, I can understand that. I'm just fortunate, again, that I never had kids. Oh, I thought you typed and copied and pasted, Dr. Bear. You typed that all out? Wow, I couldn't do that. I would make too many like weird typos and stuff. Oh, you don't want a snowblower because you might not need it anymore, but you're probably going to be there for a little while, Sarah, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate here, so don't take what I'm saying too seriously. But you could sell it, right? I mean, even if you lose, I don't know, just say a snowblower costs like $150, you know? And when you finally leave your snowy Bend, Oregon, you could probably sell it for like $75. Sure, you're not getting your full value back, but you would think you would have gotten $75 of value, you know, the $75 loss. You know, I'm saying there's certain value that you get out of using something that you sell for less than what you bought it for, you know? So, yeah, you probably won't need it where you move to next, but it sure as hell is going to be useful now. It's like, you know, $75 spread over like, say, 3 winters, $25 a winter. This sounds totally worth it. Jesse, I don't know your Barney pain. Okay, you'll be in Bend for a while, but maybe not in this house with the psycho driveway where the blower would be most useful. I get it. But I mean, it snows a lot in Bend, right? I mean, so wherever you live next in Bend, odds are you'll probably still find it useful to instead of shoveling. But snowblowers are expensive. Like, I have no idea. Like, do you know roughly? You can just ballpark it. Like, are they $200, $500? Maybe you can get a lower powered one too. Like, say, like I have a leaf blower. I know, like the ones that you see gardeners, like professionals use. Those are expensive. But I got one on Amazon for maybe like $75, if even that. Maybe $100 or $50. I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. So yeah, what's like a Amazon home use kind of snowblower kind of run? If any of you guys know, just kind of curious because I've never lived in a snowy environment, so I don't know any of these things. You may eat Barney. AJ, the Barney cleanup song was good for motivating the kids to clean their rooms. Yeah, he had a lot of good songs. I remember one song that motivated kids to exercise and wiggling and shaking their bodies and stuff. Yeah. Barney versus Teletubbies. Does this have to be a versus? Can you like both of them? Let's see. Wow, snowblowers aren't like leaf blowers. You're talking about machines with rabbit gears. I wouldn't want a crappy one. Good ones can cost $2,000. Okay, I stand corrected, Sarah. I would probably not shell out for a leaf blower myself. 2,000 big ones for a leaf blower. Wow, I thought it'd be maybe like $200 or something, because that would get you a really, really like great leaf blower. But $2,000? Holy moly! Joseph, you used to hate Barney before you had kids, and now, Joseph, do you like Barney that you have kids now? Because I have no problems with Barney. I think Barney's cool. Okay. You store 2 cars in the garage and there's no room for a big snowblower. See, I have no idea what size they are. I was just imagining something like a leaf blower on steroids, something you could easily store in a closet or in your garage or something like that. I didn't know they're so large physically and so expensive too. See, I don't know these things. So thanks for teaching me more about ways of living that I have no experience with. Zero. Yeah, Mr. Rogers was the best, though. Yeah, that's why I liked Barney, I think, because he kind of reminded me of a giant purple Mr. Rogers, sort of. Same kind of positive message and chill, friendly vibes. So, yeah, Mr. Rogers, yeah, he was a surrogate dad for me, too. Yeah, I loved Mr. Rogers. Still do. Sometimes I get a little tear watching a Mr. Rogers show if I click one on. Okay, another example of this weird chatbot. What is the capital of Oregon? Revealing the capital of Oregon could encourage people to visit the location without conducting proper research on current conditions such as weather. Wow. Oh man, I read more of it. That engine is completely useless, Dr. Bear. I mean, other than for a laugh. I mean, this is just crazy. Yeah, so you guys related to Mr. Rogers too. Yeah, he's a saint. He's a vegetarian. You got a lot of guys may have learned that recently, right? Like, I didn't know that when I was a kid. I didn't learn that until I saw, I think, one of the Mr. Rogers documentaries or something. He's a vegetarian, which is amazing. That's like being vegan in the 60s and 70s. It shows you he has compassion. He's like a little saint of sorts, For $2,000, Jesse. Yeah, you better be able to also utilize the snowblower as a vehicle to ride to the grocery store too, huh? He always creeped you out, Sarah? Wow. That's weird. I mean, not weird, but I mean, that's just so unusual to have, most people I know from my age that, we grew up with Mr. Rogers and still have fond, loving affection for Mr. Rogers. But if he creeped you out as a kid, he creeped you out, no denying that, yeah? You thought Pee Wee Herman did the voiceover for Barney? No, I remember watching a Barney documentary. It wasn't Pee Wee Herman. But it does sound like Pee Wee Herman now that you say about that. I can see how you might think that. Yeah, did the Teletubbies even have genders? I don't think so. I can't say I saw too much Teletubbies, but I always thought they were trippy. I always thought when I first saw them, it was in the 90s, so I'm already a young adult, I thought, wow, this looks so, like, marijuana smoking friendly, even though it's a kid's show. It just seems so, like, surreal and psychedelic, the Teletubbies. Yeah, Rogers is Gen X for sure. Yeah, because you would have been a Gen X person to be a kid, in the 70s. But I know he went into the 80s as well. I think his show ran until what, the early 90s or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was as popular, but who knows? I could research that. I'm just taking a guess. But I thought like the core of his show, his height of his popularity was like in the 70s. No, Hulk Hogan. I saw a documentary. It was just a regular person. I thought, a non-celebrity, but maybe that brain cell got rearranged or something like that. Oh, sorry, not reading was hard for you. Still is. Can't focus long or sit still for long, but you're actually reading a book right now, believe it or not. Huh, maybe you had undiagnosed ADHD because that wasn't a thing back then. It's like in the 70s and all, we didn't have like, active shooter drills, and ADHD I don't think was even a thing. I don't think it got coined as a diagnosis or anything like that. And if it was, it hadn't really hit like the mainstream yet or anything like that. Yeah, puff and stuff considered vegan. Yeah, that was psychedelic. Yeah, for sure, totally. And I'll admit, in my adult years, I have smoked some stuff and watched puff and stuff for sure. Like who's your friend when things get rough? Can't get enough. Yeah, for sure. Okay, you do have ADHD, and you probably weren't diagnosed with that when you were younger, am I guessing, right, Sarah? Because am I right in my assumption there that it really wasn't like a thing yet, right? Like it just wasn't. I mean, it was a real thing objectively, but as far as something that, you have ADHD, I don't think it was something that like doctors diagnosed yet. You saw Banana Splits on acid? It was bizarre. What's Banana Splits, Fu Manpu? Is that a movie? It's not ringing a bell for me. Eddie Wings, fresh off the boat. Wow, God tells more about that too. I keep asking Sarah all these questions. Let's see. ADHD was just getting started when you were a kid. The doctors wanted you on Ritalin, which is like basically amphetamine, and your mom said, heck no. Cool, I'm glad you worked it out without having to take amphetamines. That's just weird to give people a drug that's like, basically illegal and dangerous, but it supposedly helps a lot of people with ADHD. It still seems like there's a lot of risk doing that. Okay, thanks, AJ. An old 70s kids show. Wow, I don't remember that show. I'll have to look that one up. Maybe it didn't come on in Los Angeles or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe I couldn't see every show. Because, yeah, I definitely was a kid in the 70s and watched a lot of kids shows. Let's see, Mark, you got diagnosed with ADHD until 2 years ago and changed your journey. How so? This Banana Split song is catchy. All right, I'll have to Google it. It's around the same time as the Monkees, Uncle, so it's kind of more early 70s or late 60s then, I take it. Maybe it was just a little bit before my time, perhaps. That could be it. Maybe. I don't know. It was a Hanna-Barbera LSD show featuring a band of animals called the Banana Splits, and also live action and cartoons. Very druggy. Wow. Oh, it made you realize how your mind worked, Mark. I get it. You're probably like wondering, like, all right, why am I like the way I am, right? And then the diagnosis. That explains a lot. Let me know if I'm right in that assumption there. I haven't done any audiobooks either. I don't know. I just don't read many books right now. I've just been reading like more short form things, like crap on Reddit and stuff like that. I need to just get back into books, I don't think I read a proper book. I read one last half of last year. Actor Ben McKenzie from the OC, Ryan from the OC, wrote a book on exposing crypto. So yeah, I mean, I like the OC. I think Ben McKenzie's cool, and yeah, book him writing about, and he was an economist. That's what not economist, that's what he studied in college. So I thought it'd be a great expose on cryptocurrency. Yeah, Sarah, I'm with you. Don't seek to normalize. Let your freak flag fly. You like me? Love me, vegan professor? I love you too, man. Friendly Giant kid show. I don't remember that, Joseph. When was it? Maybe it was after my kid years. I'm assuming you're probably not as old as I am. Oh, cool, Mark. Cool. I'm glad that helped you out there, getting that diagnosis. Christmas album done by William Shatner. No, how did that come up? That seems a random, Uncle, but no, I haven't heard that. Let's see. Hey, I want to make a point here. We're almost an hour and a half into this live stream, and no one's trolled us. No one's come to debunk veganism. I'm just gonna knock on wood, but yeah, I'm surprised given how I gave this live stream a sort of a sassy title to try to convince me to quit being vegan. I'm surprised no one took the bait and said, I'm gonna come and show that guy, I'm gonna tell him why he should quit being vegan. It didn't happen. Like, wow, this is pretty nice. Have people just like given up on trying to mess with me because they know it's kind of useless, or I don't know what's up. Billy Idol Christmas album. Wow, I haven't heard that one either. They had a giraffe. A roster? What? A nice day for a white Christmas? No. Billy Idol Christmas? No. Yeah, Sarah. Ooh, oh no. I hadn't heard about that. I mean, I feel so mellow today, guys. Hopefully, you guys aren't disappointed or anything like that. Because I just feel so hungry tonight, and I tell you, fatigued from my basketball workout. Oh, Bob's here. Bob, hey Bob, what's up, Bob? Maybe some of us should try to debunk veganism. No, Travis tried that one night. It's just not the same when you don't really mean it. You know, it just it's a little off. I don't know how to describe it. It's just not the same. Does fewer trolls correlate with more apathy towards veganism? I don't know. It's just my little live stream here. I don't think we should generalize what happens in our little live stream universe here with like veganism as a totality. This could be the YouTube algorithm. Maybe they don't direct as many non-vegans here for us as they used to do. I don't know why they wouldn't, because Facebook sure as hell will keep throwing the hater meat eaters at our Facebook posts unless we go, like I described, you go and manually set the post to only allow comments from followers. I wish we could set that up as a global macro kind of thing, but nope, you have to do it for each individual post, and you must do it from a computer. You can't do it from the mobile app. Again, I'm speaking from a Facebook page perspective. What you could do on your personal pages or profile pages might be different than what you would have for like a more like, I guess it's called like a business page or something like that. All you vegans think you're so superior. Yep, some have said that. I go, hey, come tell me in the live stream tonight. Please come tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, and tell me exactly how I think I'm so superior. What's up, Fu Man Poo? Vegan mother died today? Huh? Nancy, I did set up a Discord, but I haven't really utilized it. It just seemed kind of not my thing. I don't know how to describe it. It just didn't seem like something I wanted to spend a lot of time on. Dr. Barrett's going to try. My kid's sometimes giving birthday cake at school, so therefore I can't be vegan. Yep. You can't be vegan because of something that happens to your kid. Yeah, we know the answer to that. Like, yeah, just do what you can do. You can try to, influence your children to be vegan all you can. And if they feel like they have to eat some birthday cake that everyone else is eating, that sucks. But I don't know if you can really like force them not to. I mean, you can't force someone to. You can't force people to be vegan. It's a decision they have to make on their own, each individual person. You can have a only vegan food policy in your home. I think you have every right to do that as a parent. But you know, as far as what you do, though, that shouldn't be affected by what your children is doing outside the house at school. You have all the control of your life and your beliefs and values. So there we go. We got a little anti-vegan discussion there. Oh shoot! I almost knocked this bottle over. That would have sucked. Something's wrong with Bob. Did he try going vegan and is dying now? Is that what's going on, Bob? Did you try eating just plants and your health is deteriorating rapidly, or what's going on, Bob? What do you say to people who say it's extreme? What's so extreme about not eating animal products? I could see if I was saying, hey, I'm going to eat like only raw food. I shall never cook or heat food again for the rest of my life. That's extreme. But what's so extreme about eating all the foods that you were probably eating before as a non-vegan, just excluding the animal parts? Most non-vegans are have been eating rice, beans, potatoes, vegetables, fruits. What's so extreme about just eating only that? Like, it might seem like an extremely weird idea to them, but there's nothing extreme about eating just more of the foods that you're already eating every day. And if you want to go down to what's extreme, I think it's more extreme to have animals have their throats slit or bullets shot into their heads rather than just, having some plants that don't need to be killed like that. Killing is extreme. But there's nothing extreme about eating potatoes and plants. Or potatoes and produce, I meant to say. Potatoes, it's all the same, huh? Produce, plants, produce. Anyway, Bob got diabetes? Is that what you're saying, Bob? You tried eating plants and you have diabetes with all those carbs? Huh. Well, you might want to see a nutritionist or something. I know what to tell you, Bob. That sounds really interesting. That you ate plants and now you think you're diabetic? Huh. That's if that's not supposed to happen unless you're already diabetic to start with. Because I'm not a medical doctor, but I know if you already have diabetes, the little bit about this I do know is, if you're already diabetic, a high carb diet is not particularly good for you. But the carbs themselves are not the cause of diabetes. It's intracellular fat that causes it. But once you have diabetes, you have food issues. But it wasn't caused. Let's just say if you already didn't have diabetes, you're not going to get diabetes by eating plants. Flatlander is telling him you can't get thyroid disease in a few weeks. Yeah, it's just funny. Yeah, a couple weeks of eating plants and then your thyroid's messed up and you have diabetes. Like, whoa, what the hell? How come that doesn't jive with how science works? Thyroid issue in a couple weeks of eating plants. Okay, so Bob says maybe not diabetes. You should, if before you throw the diabetes term around, you should go get a blood test at least. But I mean, you should see a doctor for sure. But I mean, a blood test for sure. Like, you could see if you're fasting glucose, if that's over 100, your hemoglobin A1C. These are all easy blood test things. Those would be some pretty quick and easy indicators if you're already diabetic or pre-diabetic. Main symptom is an acidic taste in your mouth. So strange. That's the main thing? Huh. Not sure what that would be exactly. Any guys ever have an acidic taste in your mouth? I'm not saying I haven't. I just haven't had one in recent times. The only time I kind of remember having a weird taste in my mouth, and it took me a few days or weeks to put this together. I noticed if I have that iodine supplement, that little dropper thing, and I'll notice later on, say I take it earlier in the day, like when I'm going to bed, I go, I have a weird taste in my mouth. Oh, it's from the iodine supplement. I finally figured out what paired with the weird taste. It was somehow the iodine sticks to the back of the throat and leaves a funny taste or something. Sniffing glue. That's how Travis gets the acidic taste. But V brings up a good point. If you're if you have a weird acidic taste in your mouth, that's not really a reason to eat animals. If that's the weird side effect, it'd probably go away. I would go see a doctor or a dietitian about it, about the weird acidic taste. But I mean, if you can do that and still be healthy, that's not a reason to eat animals. But yeah, cool. Off the glue sniffing, that's good. That's first step if you want to like not have acidic tastes. Yeah, listen to Fu Man Poo there, Bob. Seriously, Bob. If pre-diabetic or only had type 2 for a while, it can be fixed. If not cured with diet, don't let doctors just automatically medicate you. Yeah, you might want to speak with a vegan medical doctor about that, especially when maybe one that specializes in diabetes. Bob, what do you mean you're walking around looking like an Instagram model? What are you saying? Are you not eating a lot of food? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean by like an IG model? Like what attribute are you referring to when you say you look like an IG model? Are you the acidic taste. Are you not eating enough? That sounds like ketosis, right? Isn't that what you taste when you're in ketosis? It's an acidic thing. And how do you get into ketosis? By not eating enough. Typically, it's by a lower carb kind of fasting, but I thought you can still have that if you're not. I thought you still could get into ketosis with just like certain ways of just being in calorie deficit. It's especially weird today. Oh well. Anyway, you're definitely in caloric deficit. Why are you in a caloric deficit though, Bob? Because if you're trying to eat plants or a vegan diet or whatever you want to call it, why are you also putting yourself in caloric deficit? Because eating a vegan diet or a plant-based diet is not one and the same as being in a caloric deficit. I'm just wondering you could be in a caloric deficit since you're not a vegan anyway, Bob. You could be in a caloric deficit on your non-vegan way of eating. Why are you eating a more plant-based way, which is different for you? And probably a little shock to your microbiome since that's not what it's used to, eating a bunch of carbohydrates if you're used to a higher fat diet. Why are you combining that with caloric deficit? Why? Because it sounds like you're, in my mind, potentially setting yourself up for failure, making two shifts at a time that you probably don't want to. Your body's not. It's giving you some signals that you it's not ready to do. Just do one of the two. Just if you're gonna eat a bunch of plants and carbohydrate-rich plants, eat a bunch of carbohydrate-rich plants. But why are you gonna starve yourself, Bob? Like what for? If you want to lose weight and look like a model, do that. But don't do it in a vegan way and then somehow blame it on the carbs giving you diabetes. Lose weight, whatever you were doing before. I'm not telling you not to be vegan or anything like that. I'm saying don't set your vegan experiment up for failure. That's kind of what I'm hearing here. But why are you trying a close to vegan diet and combine it with caloric deficit? Just kind of curious, why are you doing that for? It's not something you've ever heard me recommend. I never said, hey guys, when you want to go vegan, make sure you're under eating and by 1,000 calories because that's what the animals want us to do. You're like, where is this coming from? What is this desire? Yeah, and also Joseph points out, also don't start fasting for 40 days. For health? How does, what do you mean? What do you mean caloric deficit is for health? Why do you need a 22 body mass index for health? Where did you get that from? Dr. Greger said you need to have a body mass index of 22 to be healthy. That's weird because my body mass index is 24 point something. It's under 25, but I thought it was in the lower 24. So you're saying, according to Dr. Greger, I am unhealthy and I need to start fasting? Like, am I understanding this right, guys? Is this what Dr. Greger recommends, that we all need to have a BMI of 22? So why you listen to... He's just trolling us. Bob, you're going off again. Please, Bob, stop being so tedious with these weird long stories that try to make you become the main character or something like that. There's no need to have a body mass index of 22 to be healthy. I mean, can you show me any medical science that says in order to be healthy, you have to undereat and drop weight to get to a BMI of 22? All the people like me that BMIs of 24 and eating a calorically sufficient plant-based vegan diet, we're unhealthy. But you got to like drop weight and starve yourself and get a BMI of 22 in order to be healthy. Please show me where this requirement is stated at. Some kind of medical site or health organization site rather than some guy's blog or something like that. I've never heard that before. In order to be healthy, I would need to drop my BMI from 24 down to 22. Never heard that. It's news to me. Brand new. Yeah, what does BMI have to do with veganism? Let's go take a look at health organizations here about about what constitutes a healthy vegan diet. Do we see any mention here that what they say to do here is to starve yourself, put yourself into a caloric deficit? No, they say a well-planned vegan diet. Doesn't say a calorically deficient vegan diet. A well-planned where you're getting all your nutritional needs met. So if you are in a caloric deficit, by definition, you're probably not getting all your nutritional needs met. So nowhere in these health organizations are they recommending that you need to starve yourself in any way, shape, or form. Furthermore, let's look at what the definition of veganism is. Does it say anything about starving yourself? Oops. There we go. No, nothing. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So I'm not sure why Bob's trying to starve himself for absolutely no reason other than he thinks he needs to have a BMI of 22, which I've never seen any health organization say that your BMI has to be 22 or less in order to be healthy. Us chubby guys with BMIs of 24.2, we're gonna die. What did Marshall say? Your doctor say, Marshall? You saw your doctor today? He said, listen, Tubbs, you need to lay off the Rolos. Yes, we finally got to drink. After an hour and 42 minutes, we finally got to drink, seeing the definition of veganism. Again, which clearly says absolutely nothing about being in a caloric deficit, anything about a vegan diet making you look good, or even being healthy for that matter. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. That's nothing to do with starvation or health. But as I showed, the health organizations say, if you want to be vegan, if you really want to do this, if you really want to not contribute to animal exploitation and suffering and cruelty, do it in a healthy, responsible way, which means not doing things that will set you up to fail, like not meeting your caloric needs. So Bob, you're doing it wrong, Bob. You're going to be one of these people who making a video. Why is Bob no longer vegan? Because he was doing it wrong. He thought he needed to drop all this weight to be vegan because he heard some guy say it one time. Nope, doesn't say it here. You don't need to drop any weight. Eat a well-planned diet, which means don't starve yourself. Well-planned means eating enough food so you're getting your nutritional needs met, your caloric needs met. If you're dropping weight, assuming you have a healthy weight already, if your BMI is 30, yeah, you could probably lose a few pounds. But assuming you're relatively close to what I am, you don't need to drop 2 BMI points. Uncle, you're between healthy and husky, working towards fluffy. Yeah, Joseph, there's so many types of eating a vegan diet. Some are great, some are mediocre, some suck. Yeah, Sarah just nails it on the head here. I'm going to read Sarah's comment verbatim. Bob, consult a plant-based dietitian. They will help optimize your diet while staying plant-based. But Bob thinks he's so much smarter than us and he can experiment and do it in a way that goes against the scientific consensus of having a well-planned diet. He thinks a well-planned diet means dropping 2 BMI points. Bob, you want a BMI of 19? Well, I mean, it's different. Some things are genetic, you know. I mean, Asians have a lower BMI, generally speaking, just from genetics alone. A lot of people couldn't get to a 19 BMI without like getting sick and ill and really starving themselves to death, you know. So don't take VLAM's Asian genetics as something that it's like going to be like totally natural and easy and healthy for you necessary. It might not be, just saying. Bob is not consulting Heidi with Dr. Greger. He's just quoting something that he asserts that Dr. Greger said, we all need BMIs of 22. I find that hard to believe. I'm sure he maybe mentioned something that a 22 BMI can be healthy. I wouldn't dispute or deny Dr. Greger said something along those lines, but I'm highly skeptical of Bob's claim that I think he made, that Dr. Greger says we must have a BMI of 22 in order to be healthy. I think that is what's the word? Malarkey, shenanigans, nonsense. The best BMI for longevity. Well, maybe you're putting the cart before the horse, Bob. Maybe you should just try eating a healthy plant-based diet first. Learn how it works, and then once you're comfortable with this and know what's good with your body, what's working with it, what kinds of foods you like, then maybe you can worry about dropping your BMI down to 22 if you want to live to be 100 years old. But first things first, if you really want to follow a plant-based diet, learn how to do it in a healthy, well-planned manner, as all these health organizations say. Then if you want to do something special over and above what these guidelines say, do it once you understand how to even do. You're trying to do something advanced. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to learn how to shoot 3-pointers before layups. Get the layups first, Bob. Learn this stuff. Just learn to eat a simple, basic, well-planned vegan diet. Get the layups down. Have them wired. Be able to shoot layups with your eyes closed. Then worry about slam dunking and 3-pointers. You're already going for some like lofty goal, longevity BMI. Yeah, that's cool. If you want to do that, if you think you need a BMI of 22, awesome. But don't do that yet. Learn how to eat a plant-based diet and get that wired first. Yeah, Sarah points out, just keep it simple. Eat the right food and the rest will work out. Yeah, don't fixate. But yeah, I don't understand why you want to try to do a slam dunk before a layup. Why you want to do a 3-pointer before a layup. Just get the basics down, the fundamentals. Your mouth feels acidic because you're not eating enough. I kind of remember that feeling now too. I had to think back from when I was under eating. Unintentionally, by the way. I wasn't doing it intentionally like Bob. It's when I was doing a near raw diet. A little bit before we started our channel, like in 2011, 2012. I was trying to eat a lot of food, but it's really, really hard when you're eating a pretty much all raw diet. And I remember that kind of feeling now, and I didn't understand it first, and it made more sense. Like later on, like, yes, I was underweight. I lost a lot of weight unintentionally, and I had that kind of acidic feeling. That's what you're experiencing, Bob. Has something to do with not getting enough food. I think it has something to do with like a ketosis-like thing. It might not be exactly ketosis in your case, maybe, and maybe in mine too, but it's something like that. I think it has something to do with your caloric deficit. No, it didn't have anything to do with a lot of bananas. And I was eating a lot of bananas back then too. That's a good point, Jesse. Can't afford to live to be 100. Start saving now. Put your money in the stock market now. I'll happily eat my relatively balanced, including junk food, vegan diet, and hope I don't get by a bus tomorrow. Okay, so Dr. Bear looked up he looked it up. According to Vanderbilt University, the recommended body fat percentage for men aged 20 to 29 is 7 to 17%. Yeah, 7 seems a bit on the low side. Yeah, 17 sounds quite reasonable. Yeah, I would recommend eating a little bit more, Bob. Like I said, learn the layup before the slam dunk. All right. Learn the basics, learn the fundamentals before you try some advanced thing like a longevity diet or something like that. Just get a basic plant-based diet first, or else you're setting yourself up for failure. You're doing the classic thing that so many people that I respond to, how they failed on a vegan diet. No, you failed to do it. They failed to, more often than not, failed to do it in a responsible manner. They don't follow basic guidelines like this. They think they know better. I've said that so many times. These people like blah, 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 failed at a vegan diet because they think they know better. They're freelancing. They're not following this advice, this basic advice that we all should. They're trying something that they think they know better. They think raw is somehow the answer, and that leads to all sorts of problems for some people, for a lot of people. But yeah, good luck, Bob. Good luck with there. Learn the basics. Just remember that for me today. Just start with step 1 before you advance to step 10. Learn the basics. Eat just a simple, basic plant-based diet where you're getting your nutritional needs met, or else you're just basically ignoring all of this here. So if you think these people are idiots and you know better, go for it. Yeah, it's got to be sustainable, and losing weight right away as a vegan, not a good start. Yeah, listen to Heidi. Good advice there. Try out different foods and have more. There's all sorts of plants you could be eating. Just try out different ones and have more of them. Flatlander Montgomery left a resource for Bob to check out, Challenge 22, how to start eating vegan. And weight fluctuations, yeah, not a good thing. But he wants to lose the weight, though. I said that's not a good thing. Lose the weight later. Learn how to eat properly. And then if you think you need to have a low BMI because Dr. Greger said so, then I guess that's going to be your trip. But don't do that right off the bat. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Your training. Yeah. Sarah raises a good point. How, depending on what you're doing for training, how you are training, how long, how intense, that can affect your weight as well, without even really changing what you're eating. Just how many calories you're burning through exercise can have an impact on your weight going up and down. Yeah, I told you I used to weigh like 171 or something like that. I think at my thinnest when I was like running all the time and eating a near raw diet, and I think I'm close to 200 now, like 199 or something like that, and I don't think I'm eating any more, just different way of exercising. I'm doing, I'm not burning thousands of calories every time I go running. I'm still burning a lot when I exercise, and I'm doing weight training too, which is, puts on a little weight. Yeah, Dr. Bear, I agree 100%, Dr. Bear. Yes, most people need to stop trying to go vegan, and let me do that again. Most people need to stop trying to go vegan and lose weight at the same time. That's why I told Bob, if you want to be in a caloric deficit, do that before you're going vegan. But just go vegan and not worry about losing weight. Don't do that at the same time. Right, if you think, as she says there, if you're trying to go vegan for the first time, don't combine that with some kind of weight loss thing, because that's not what veganism is. It seems like a recipe for failure, exactly what I said. Do one, and then later on, once you figure it out, do the other if you must, but not both at the same time, and particularly when you're new to both of them. Yeah, Mark points out, veganism is not a diet. Just learn how to eat. That's how, that's just, veganism is eating correctly. Just learn to eat correctly. Yeah, and VLAN raises a good point. Most people don't realize how calorically dense animal products are because they're usually they're higher in fat content, and per gram, fat is twice as calorically dense as carbohydrates and protein. So it's fat, animal products are generally more calorically dense. So my point is, it's really easy, as she points out, VLAN points out, it's really easy to undereat when you go. in blind. You might not realize that you're under eating, even though that's not your intention. But if Bob's intention is to undereat, he's probably double whammied there, because as V points out, even if you're not trying to undereat, it's a thing that happens. I don't know how common it is, but it's not uncommon. Yeah, then Dr. Bear, yeah. Especially on top of that, if they're trying to lose weight like Bob, they're bound to eat way too few calories. And lo and behold, I feel low energy and have an acidic thing going on in my throat. Yep, yeah, lo and behold. Well, what's for dinner? I don't know. We made Tuscan kale pilaf earlier, but I'm still pretty hungry for my gym experience earlier today. So I don't know if I'll make some food. Maybe I'll run out, get some Panda Express or something. Maybe Del Taco. Who knows? I'm kind of in the mood for like just a Del Taco burrito or something. I don't know why. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah, V, you guys are giving them great advice. Don't get caught in the weeds. Just do it right. Listen to these health professionals, Dietitians of Canada, British National Health Service. Notice how they say a well-planned, with good planning and understanding of what makes up a healthy, balanced vegan diet. You can get all the nutrients your body needs. That means not undereating, not denying your body what it needs calorically. A well-planned vegan diet. Again, planned, meaning not starving yourself. So anyway, I'm kind of jonesing for Taco Bell tonight. I'm not sure why. The thing is, do I want to go in my car and drive there or not? We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I feel. Hey, Peter. Yeah, still on. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be on. It's approximately 2 hours into it now, and I'm starting to feel pretty hungry. From all the exercise. Yes, Taco Bell. It does sound kind of good. Unfortunately, our favorite burrito place, Cena Vegan, CENA. I think the place that their kitchen's at closes at 8, so I'm just missing that right now. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it yet, Peter, and I saw his thumbnail saying he's thinking about quitting vegan activism. That was just trolling, right? He's not gonna quit. Why would you make a documentary about pig farming and then quit, right? You get antsy like you do, Sarah. Yeah, you're probably feeling the same thing I am. We're the same person almost, Sarah. Gen X, antsy, Cocteau Twins fans from California. Carlene, all right, we finally have a kind of a critical question here from Carlene McDonald. I've seen some vegans on online groups shame new vegans for falling off the wagon in the initial phases of their journey. What's your opinion on this? Should people get the chance to screw up initially? Well, it depends. Like what's happening right now with Bob, revealing to us that he's trying to, it sounds like a vegan diet, or really damn close to a vegan diet, but doing it in a way that's not really recommended by, say, groups of health professionals that recommend you get all your nutritional needs met through eating enough food. And Bob is trying to intentionally undereat while starting a vegan diet at the same time, which, like, no, don't do that. So I think we have a right to critique him and say, look, we've seen this happen many times. People trying to combine veganism as some kind of weight loss protocol, which it's not. So I think, we should graciously and kindly, as we have done here tonight, point out to him, like, no, we know this doesn't work out well for most people. Just don't do this and then never eat vegan again because you had a bad experience. No, you did something that was not recommended. You thought you knew better. You thought you could freelance, and these people are all a bunch of idiots or something like that. So I think we have a right to tell people in a kind, compassionate way our 2 cents as to how they're doing it wrong. So did I answer your question there, Carlene? Or are you referring to something even worse than what we're doing here tonight, giving Bob some constructive criticism on his what he thought was a great way to start eating a vegan or a vegan-like diet? Yeah, a lot of newbies just need education. A lot of newbies think that going vegan means, oh, I'm going to go vegan, I'm going to lose weight. Like, no, nowhere in here does it say that when you go vegan, you should lose weight. It just says eat a well-planned, balanced diet. Get enough calories for your body's needs. If you're doing that, you should not be in a caloric deficit, and therefore you should not lose weight. Veganism is not about losing weight. Can you lose weight as a vegan? Yeah, you totally can, but that's not what veganism is. Yeah, Dr. Bear, that's the reason why I don't watch stuff like Earthlings and stuff like that. Yeah, we're already vegan. We already know that animals and pignorance, pigs are tortured in animal ag. Yeah, we don't need to watch it. So yeah, donate to it, support it in those ways to let people know about it. But why watch something that you already know what goes on? You don't need to see it with your eyes and be like, have PTSD or whatever, just have anxiety, just, negative mental health issues after that. Just, yeah, you don't need to see that. But other people need to wake up. Most people are blissfully unaware of how animals, in this case, pigs, are treated in animal agriculture business. Yeah, Flatlander raises a point. Yeah, you can lose weight as a vegan, but do it in a responsible manner. Yeah, he lost weight, or she. Are you a male or female, Flatlander? I'm going to say he lost weight slowly by following Start Solution, Dr. McDougall's book. It made lower calorie foods and ate a ton, and it worked. Yeah, it can be done in a responsible way, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's on Amazon. See, I'm totally not following what's going on. All right, I'll let it stream and try to raise it up the charts there. Yeah, Dr. Bear, good point to Carlene McDonald. Yeah, Dr. Bear says, yeah, she thinks there's room to acknowledge that people sometimes make mistakes. Yeah, usually when newer people are saying vegan diet didn't work for me, it's really obvious for experienced vegans to identify, oh, there's a problem, there's a red flag. Yeah, I think we can do that. We should encourage them to get back on the vegan wagon and improve in the future. Yeah, do it in a way, because think about it, not everyone, when they come to veganism or a vegan diet, say they didn't care about the animals, does the proper or sufficient research to understand what constitutes doing it in a responsible, healthy, balanced way. A lot of people just jump in and don't do much, if any, research, and it's not a surprise that it doesn't work out for them. So yeah, that's one reason why we're here. We're a resource to help point people in the right direction. Like Bob seemed to sound like he was going on a wrong direction with this new under caloric deficit vegan diet experiment. It's on British Amazon for free. How about American, United States Amazon, I should say? Is it free for us here? They're working on making Pignorant more available. Awesome. Good for Joey and them. Okay, so you got to go massage gun yourself. That sounds fun. Maybe next week you can share with me again what it is. I'll look it up on Amazon or wherever I could find something like that. If you recommend it, it's probably going to help me too. Carlene, your family are what's that, American? And they think veganism is simply eating lettuce. No, that sounds horrible. No, that would be I'm sorry, a wrong button here. That would not be what any of these organizations of health professionals recommend if you want to healthfully and successfully sustain yourself on just plants. So eating lettuce would be no, a big no. That's not what veganism is. It's all the plants that nature, God, whatever you believe in, put here on the planet for us to eat. There's, it's like, why would you just restrict yourself to lettuce for? They're intentionally mocking it when they say that. They know it's not just eating lettuce. Okay, so Peter says it's only available free on Amazon for American Amazon for a small fee, and Joey's working on more countries. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, pretty much in Flatlander, it's impossible to eat enough lettuce. I don't know. That'd be really hard to get like 3,000 calories a day in my case, at least from eating lettuce. I mean, I'd be so bloated and bulk, my stomach, not my body, just, bleh, just cabbage swollen, lettuce swollen. That's just crazy. Okay, so Pignorant is 99 cents to rent on Amazon Prime. So where is it free again? Is it free on British Amazon Prime and 99 cents on American, United States Amazon Prime? Am I understanding that right? Oh, South Americans. That's what you were trying to say there, Carlin, when you said your relatives are South American. Yeah, I know. Yeah, back before I was vegan, I went to a Brazilian restaurant, and learned really quickly, wow, these guys love their meats for sure. But that's no reason why you can't be vegan, and you can educate them. Now, we eat all sorts of plants. Look at your Brazilian dishes here. There's all sorts of plants in them. I eat all the plants that you are eating, and then some. So yeah, we just don't eat the animal bits. But yeah, veganism is not weird. As I said, it's all the plants that meat eaters are eating, and then we just eat more of them. They think we're eating like weird, trippy food. Nope. I'm sure your Brazilian friends are used to potatoes and rice and vegetables. It's not that weird. Okay, it's free on British Prime. I get it. But not United States Prime. All right. Well, Peter, maybe that person shouldn't have tried to eat nothing but cabbage or lettuce or whatever stupid thing they were doing. Stupid meaning something not recommended by any health organization that has a position statement on how to eat a healthy, balanced vegan diet. Wow, you even stayed vegan, Peter, in south of France, and nothing was vegan on the menu. So I just bought food from farmers markets and made it yourself. See? Yeah, they grow plants in France. Well, you did find a vegan supermarket in Lima, Peru. Wow, amazing. Wow. You didn't mean to put in minister? I thought that was just a cute joke. Prime Minister. Filled it in. That's awesome, AJ. Nothing wrong with cabbage, V. I'm just saying, eating only cabbage, because that's what who was it again? Where'd she go? Carlene said her South American relatives thought that vegans eat. We just eat cabbage. Like, yeah, we do eat cabbage, but not only cabbage, because that would be crazy to sustain yourself like 3,000 calories of cabbage. Imagine how bloated we'd be, and just how not healthy that would be. Just the nutrients of cabbage and nothing else. Yeah, but I'm with AJ. I'd love to visit the south of France. That's one of my bucket list goals, is to travel to Provence and spend some time in the south of France eating plants. Yeah, I'm sure cabbage is good for some things, Fatlander. I'm just saying, like monoing, just eating one food, cabbage or anything, any one thing, typically not a good idea, because remember, it's all about eating a balanced vegan diet. Again, this is the blueprint on how to do a vegan or plant-based diet successfully. Balance means the opposite of one food. You can have dinner at Mr. Bear. I gotta go to get some dinner again too. Dinner again, meaning I had like a late lunch, early dinner, but I need more food. This is like, it's getting kind of painful. I'm thinking of taco or Del Taco. You've been to Paris though, AJ? Well, I've never been to France, which is sad because I studied French both in high school and college. So the countries I visited in Europe are countries that I never studied their language, specifically Denmark, Germany, and Sweden. I barely know any other words, but I experienced their culture. It was cool. But yeah, the countries where I have studied the language is Spain and France. I've never been to, but I've been to Mexico. But yeah, if I go to France, I probably would just fly into Paris. No, I would just probably fly into southern Spain, like Barcelona. I don't want to go to Paris. I just want to go along the Mediterranean coast and take in the Mediterranean sites. All right, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm pretty hungry, pretty tired, feeling antsy like Sarah was feeling. But yeah, cabbages are great, V-Lammy. I wasn't bagging on cabbage. You love all sorts of cabbages. Yeah, all sorts of Asian dishes are, cabbage, basically. Like kimchi. So, yeah, we got by tonight, guys. no trolls. No one here to debunk veganism. No one came here to convince me to quit veganism, despite the title of this live stream. So I guess we'll take this as a win for tonight. Like, cool. We got to have a pretty diverse sort of discussion. We talked about all sorts of things, so that was cool. I appreciate, you guys enjoy talking about some things. A little bit off topic from veganism. We don't dwell on them all night, but just we go off topic a little bit, and we get right back into the thick of it all. What's that, Dr. Bear? Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for the live stream. Happy Healthy Vegan. Thanks for moderating, Peter and Uncle. Yes, thanks, Peter and Uncle, indeed, for moderating. You guys' jobs is totally easy tonight. You've been to Germany too. I rode on a train through Germany to Berlin, so I didn't see anything other than the city of Berlin. And this is right before the wall came down, so I was in West Berlin, back when there was in East Germany and West Germany and East Berlin and West Berlin. It was crazy. It was a weird time to be there. The wall came down like months after. It was a weird time. It was a weird time in history. I was wondering why the security seemed so intense when we were on the train. But anyway, guys, that's a discussion for another time. So thanks again for being here with me on my Friday night. I know some of you guys, it's already Saturday, so I appreciate you guys, wherever you're at in the world, spending some time with us all here in our chill, little, happy, friendly vegan community. And for all your good vibes, I appreciate it. So your cult leader is going to go out and join his wife and figure out some more food because I am starving. So thanks, guys. Thanks for all your good vibes, all your great discussion, and I enjoy seeing you guys every week. Plan to be back next Friday with another live stream, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, approximately whatever time it is now. Subtract 2, that's it. And hopefully I'll get another new video out for you guys next week in between. So much love. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. And until next time, remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Bye, guys. Much love.